Pulsechain fanatics, Hex fanatics, Richard Hart fanatics, crypto fanatics, whatever category you fall in, word up. And depending on what part of the world you're from, it might be night, it might be morning, it might be afternoon, and I always appreciate you for joining me. And in today's very casual live stream AMA, what we're going to be discussing is exactly what the title suggests, which is, can the delay of Pulsechain actually affect the project in a negative way, or can it hurt the project? Whether that's at launch, whether that's long term, or whether that's with the community getting a little bit perturbed with this delay. And I feel as though, I like to cover and report things, because what is good reporting? Good reporting is talking about also things that people are afraid to talk about, or what people are thinking in their heads and they don't want to say out loud, right? And like what I like to tell you guys, this is not going to be a good stream or a bad stream. It's going to be a it is what it is stream. Let's talk about all of the things concerning this particular topic, because I feel as though, this has been weighing on people's heads. And I'm going to park here in about 2 seconds, and we're going to discuss this. But I feel as though, come on, you guys cannot be sitting down, whether you're in your room or, I don't know, your home, wherever the heck you are, your computer room, wherever the heck you are, your car, watching this live stream, and you're telling me that how this didn't kind of somewhat bother you. You could be the biggest Richard Hart fan, you could be the biggest Pulschain fan, the biggest Hex fan. I don't care who you are. You could be a strict, just an investor, have no emotions attached to it. I don't care who you are. You cannot tell me that this has not somewhat annoyed you, perturbed you, or something to that nature. Okay, so a lot of people I've seen in the comment section too, they've been saying, hey man, I just wish they could tell us when it's going to go live. So I know it's in people's minds, whether they want to speak it out loudly or not. It's on their minds, and it has crossed their minds, and they have been asking themselves, oh well, I don't know, maybe it's a good thing, maybe it's a bad thing. So we're going to discuss in this live stream AMA style. I'll be taking your questions. Please keep them relevant to the topic. Can the delay of Pulsechain hurt the project? And we're gonna start right now. But before I start this live stream, I want to say something. This live stream, this video is brought to you by, it's a paid promotion. It's brought to you by Skin in the Game. And who's that? It's me, because I got skin in the game. This live stream is brought to you by me. I'm joking. There's a guy in my chat. He knows what I'm talking about. Because I got skin in the game. I always do, right? I just don't like to talk the talk, like to walk the walk, and then talk the talk. A lot of people like to give opinions without having a penny in it. Or maybe they got 10 bucks in it. I don't know. Do share this in various chats, by the way. So, let's get right to it. So he says the real OG. Yeah, we could talk about that too, why they call me the real OG. We could get to that after the fact. But we need to discuss this right now, okay? And where do we even begin with this, this whole delay? I think it's safe to say we can actually start with the actual sacrifice phase. Now, ladies and gentlemen, when this sacrifice phase went down, which was roughly about almost 2 years ago, let's say, what month are we in now? April, May, June, July. It's been 1 year and 9 months ago, okay, give or take. Now, I don't care who you are, what you say, you never thought that when you sacrifice your funds, whether that be Pulschain or PulseX, that you would have to be here sitting a year and 9 months later talking about when launch. When Pulsechain. That's all I'm hearing in my comment section. It's like people love the content. They love when I'm banging out when it comes to Pulsechain. I mean, the metric shows that. But what the commonality, the common denominator of what I'm getting is when Pulsechain. So that already tells me, it's like you are indirectly telling me that how you are somewhat annoyed. So you can't tell me that how this is something that you expected to happen, okay? And I believe, the amount of funds that Richard Hart got in the sacrifice is an indication to FOMO. It's an indication that people thought this was going to happen much sooner than much later, right? Okay, so let's please first, let's identify this issue here of that we all were led to believe that Pulsechain was going to go live much sooner than we anticipated. Number one, I believe that's the consensus right now, and I'll get to the live chat. That is the consensus, right? Don't you agree? Right? And I know a lot of people say, when it launches, it launches. Sure. When it launches, it launches. Sure. But that's not what we're talking about here. We're talking about the consensus. Like, you were led to believe that it was going to launch much earlier than it actually is. Okay? Now, that's a fact. okay? And the indication of the amount of money, I think, what is it, 1 billion, 2, 3, 4 billion, whatever, how much billion it is an indication to, yeah. Put like this, if you knew, just let me put it to you in better perspective. If you knew that you would have contributed whatever you did, let's just say the average contribution was 2 grand, which I think it works out to be, that you had to wait for more than 2 years, would you contribute that 2 grand as fast as you fucking did? Bet you not. If you knew you had to wait 2 years, I guarantee you, some people, yeah, they probably would have contributed, but if the average was 2 grand, you would have seen that all the way down to like 200 bucks, straight up. Okay, so let's not lie to ourselves again. I'll tell you guys something right now. If you want to lie with yourself when it comes to these things, especially in cryptocurrency, bro, yeah, and you see people like myself who's very truthful, who call it down the line when it comes to reporting. I don't have any feelings attached to any fucking investment. You're going to see people like me just become rich all the time, and you who are lying to yourself with your own money and your decisions are not learning from certain things to move forward are the ones that are always going to be fucking, you know, watching from your phone, watching people get rich, because you're not evolving and you're not actually, you know what I mean? Like, what's really happening in reality does not match your mindset, is what I mean. You're not in reality. So you have to, you know, let's identify that and own up to that. That's fine. Okay, and we'll get to my point of, do I think this is going to hurt, you know, Pulsechain or PulseX? Okay, so that's number one. One second, let me get my other fresh cup of coffee here. Okay, cool. Since we have identified that now, you know, a lot of people say, well, was this just like a hard fork? Like, what's taking this hard fork so long? Like, isn't it just copy and paste? Like, why should that take forever to do? It's just copy and paste. Well, it's not really copy and paste. It's much deeper than that, okay? So let's give them the benefit of the doubt, right? When it comes to this whole thing, like, remember, it's the entire copies that's happening here with the ERC20 tokens. It's the harvesting, the liquidity pools. Apparently, first time ever. Like, I remember when I was sharing about this, I was like, holy shit, okay, cool. Well, you know, this sounds like some fucking, like, futuristic technology. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is some alien friggin', like, you know, invention here. First of its kind, which is cool. But I'll tell you guys my main reason on why I went in on this. My main reason why I went in on Pulsechain, and if you guys been following the channel, you guys know, I did 50K on Pulsechain and I did 100K on PulseX, right? And why am I able to put such money in is because when you're truthful with yourself, you can actually, you know, you can actually make the right decisions, is what it comes down to, right? So I was able to put that amount in, and why am I doing that? Is because of this. Guys, straight up, look, listen, okay? This might hurt some people's feelings, but this is the fact. The fact of the matter is this. Pulsechain is nothing amazing, okay? It's not. I'm sorry. Let me break it to you. It's nothing amazing. Does that mean you can't make money from it? Of course fucking not. Of course not. Yes, it might have some extra shit to buy and burn and all that stuff. That's fine. But that's all in code. That's cool. That is a little bit cool. Yes, I agree. But it's nothing out of the grand scheme of things that's amazing to make it be like this wow blockchain. But I'll tell you why. Again, I believe it's going to blow up. It's because the person who's spearheading it is who? Richard Hart. We all know Richard Hart. You know, he loves to stroke his ego. Come on. Okay, so I am betting on the dude more than I'm betting on the fucking chain. And when you combine the whole fucking community behind that you know they're going to be buying bags, well, I know they're going to be pumping my bags. So when you put yourself in a situation as a cryptocurrency full-time fucking investor like myself, who's very successful, I could have done better there with the revs. But when you put yourself in my situation, who's been in this space for 6 years full time, doing what he wants to do, why am I successful? Because I don't become a fanboy and I look at the opportunities from, okay, you know, this is how it is, right? There's a lot of people in this space that likes to go off of what he said, she said, or go by the news, or go by what other people are doing. And when I see that, that's a big opportunity for me. That's a big opportunity for me. You know, it's almost like, you know, like when you really look at cryptocurrency, guys, what is it? It's actually A against B. This guy against that guy. Investor against this guy. You can be a community member all you want, but guess what? If everybody's going to be holding and some people are going to be selling, the ones who are going to be holding are the ones that's actually going to get wrecked. Okay? And I'm not talking about dumping here. I'm just talking it from a straight investor standpoint. Do I see opportunity? Yes. What is that opportunity? This. It's Richard Hart. It's his ego. He's going to fucking pump that shit. He can afford to let this fucking fail. Okay, he can, and he would not let this fail, even if he got to take matters into his own hands. Would the buy and burn fucking work? Yes. Would that help? Yes. Long term, yes. But those are secondary reasons for me to invest into Pulsechain and PulseX. Now, back to the original topic is, before I get to the live chat, is, can this hurt the actual project? Now, look, I would say that how at the time it was I believe, yeah, we were in pretty much in the tail end of the bull market, and I actually believe Richard Hart going live, let's just say within the next few months or weeks or whatever it is this year, let's call it, will actually make Pulschain better. And here's why. Okay, so one of his reputation that he has is, listen, Richard Hart is highly, very intelligent, probably the smartest guy on YouTube when it comes to crypto, straight up. Nobody could debate that, okay? He wrecks you in debates, he comes with facts, and he, yeah, he's good at those things, okay? This is no stupid guy behind this project, first of all. It's one of the smartest guys, and he understands markets, he understands the technology, and he understands market sentiment, and he understands what it takes to actually get respected in the space. Why do everybody respect Richard Hart? Why? Because he's highly intelligent. He comes with facts. He says things that others don't want to speak about, and he puts them in their place, and he has a proven history with Hex. Sure, let's give him that. So based off of those things, again, that's why I'm coming into this, right? Now, one second. Now, when we add all those things up, and we know when Hex went live, what was that? Hex actually went live in what? It went live in a bear market, right? So I believe if Richard Hart, and another reason why a lot of people in cash went to Pulsechain is because they were, it was in the bull market, and they were doing their own thing. There's all kinds of money going around. People were making fucking money. You know what I'm saying? So people didn't really catch on to that first sacrifice, but the second one they did in PulseX, right? So I feel as though, had it actually gone live, right? And people say, what are you talking about, bro? It wasn't delayed. Come on, guys. There's a time, remember, Richard Hart was supposed to beat what? It was supposed to be ETH 2.0. It was supposed to beat ETH 2.0 or some shit like that. Right? Whatever happened to that? I guess we all forgot about that, right? And again, we just gotta, look, when you're talking about money, bro, you gotta call out all these things and just, okay, take a note. Take a mental note of it. Okay, mental note. And then your brain shoots out the fucking result after all these mental notes of what you should do and what you should think. Because what you thought probably back then kind of changed today, right? There's a lot of different things that took place. A lot of events unfolded that took place. Not in a bad way, just in a disciplined way. You see what I'm saying? Okay? So yeah, so my point is this now. Had him gone live, I say closer to that time, and, he never said nothing about, I think the 2 weeks came about, it was in, say, June or July, PulseX, and then I think the January coming up to that, there was some sort of mention of 2 weeks, right? And everybody was getting all happy, and then, there's another sort of mention, and then he says, okay, I'm not going to talk about it anymore, something like that. And then now this latest one here with the testnet v3, which I think is the more serious one, a lot of people are saying, hey, it's the same shit that we're hearing again and again and again. But I believe that Richard Hart has the smarts. He does have the marketing capabilities as well to turn the switch on and to turn the switch off, right? So what does that mean? That means that how, if he was to go live even in a bear market, I think it's going to be better for him, because now the project could actually stand out. See what I'm saying? Pulsechain and PulseX could stand out a lot more in markets like now, although they are kind of recovering, but still, it's still a bearish market, and you're not seeing a significant amount of gains. And right now is that time to shine. So if I had to actually answer that question, I would have to say, no, this delay actually can make the project look better if it does well. Right? And it could shut up a lot of people who was doubting that there was even a project, being developed in the behind the scenes here. Right? So shut up the haters. If it does well, it makes them look even better, because not much things are doing well right now. So I think, it was somewhat of a blessing in disguise. Now I get it. A lot of people want their liquidity. They want to do this. They want to do that. They want, they've been waiting for some time. They didn't expect it to be like almost 2 years. I get that. But at the same time, it might even work out better for you, right? If you're all about making your money, and who isn't? If you want to get the most for most ROI, return on your investment, maybe this lengthy little wait might benefit you. So again, what I like to do here is I like to speak about the things that you guys are thinking of, but maybe a little bit too afraid to talk about, because I ain't a fanboy. I ain't gonna put no fucking logo of any fucking project as my fucking thing, as my fucking PFP. I'm not into that kind of shit. I'm into fucking making money the right way, by making sound fucking decisions, right? By not getting too fucking lovey-dovey over here. Doesn't work like that in the real world, bro. All right, so those are the first few points, and I'd love to hear from you guys in the chat as well. For the people who are now joining, we're pretty much talking about, would this lengthy delay actually hurt the project moving forward? And in a nutshell, I pretty much said no. Why? Because we are in a bear market right now, and I truly believe that how this is the time to show haters that there was a project being developed behind the scenes. It's the first of its kind. It's going to be great marketing, and if the project does some X's, it's actually going to make it that much more, you know, eyes on it, because people don't give a fuck about technology. You can talk about how great a project is, guys. This project, we're getting free PRC20 tokens, you know, copies rather, right? We're harvesting the liquidity pools from all these different dexes, so there's going to be liquidity on day one. If, you know, people gotta, you know, obviously add liquidity too, but all these unique things. But guess what? You know what people give a fuck about? People give a fuck about making money. Oh yeah, well, how much X did it do? Well, it's minus 10x from the sacrifice price. Nobody gives a fuck about that. It's not going to be talk of the town. This shit has to pump, and with these pumpamentals, you know, integrated into the code, obviously he knows this, you know. So this thing has to pump in order for it to be a success. That's the sad place we live in here. You know, we're involved in when it comes to cryptocurrency, dude. I see so much great technologies out there that should be the talk of the town, but they're not. Why? Because they didn't do fucking 50, 100x. They did a 2x. They did a 2x, bro. In the stock world, bro, I'm telling you, 100%, that's a lot of gains, you know, in the traditional finance. But here in crypto, we set the fucking bar high. We set it high. So I'd love to hear from you guys, and this is why I'm going to get to the chat right now. Do smash the like button. I'd love to hear from you guys. Drop your messages right now. What do you think? Okay, I honestly want to know, what do you think, coming from your world, coming from where your position is? You know, what is your position on this? Did this delay hurt the project, and why? And I'm coming to the chat right now. APV says, yo, what's up? How you doing? Thank you for joining. Crypto List, he says, yo, Francis, yo, what's up, man? Thank you for joining, broski. Roy's in the house. Hey, smash the like buttons, he says. Cal says, word. I like Pulse Dodge chart. Pulse Dodge chart? What's that? What are you talking about? Dogecoin? Dogecoin, I mean? The real OG. Pulsechain delay has an impact on those who are already in. The others on the sideline will see the dump as an opportunity. The weak hands will dump, and Richard knows and wants them to dump. Yeah, for sure. As I said, right, so my first video was this. I don't expect much from Pulsechain from the get-go. I don't. You know, maybe it starts off at a 10x, I don't know. But again, you guys have to understand markets, and you got to understand people's situation. There's a lot of people that got hurt from the bull run, that whether they didn't take profits or whether they just gone to shitty projects or whatever it was. And obviously, their overall portfolio got decimated too with the overall market cap going down. So people, if they say, buddy, listen guys, a 10x right now is like 100x to some people. Show me where you can make a 10x right now in today's market. You know, if we were talking about 10x's in the bull run, you guys would be like, yo, bro, we talking about 10x, bro. Like, that was unacceptable, okay? Today, that same 10x is literally like 100x. So my point is this: if people see a 10x, people are going to sell. You know, and you know, like Wiz says over there, you know, remember, everybody got their tokens on them. Now, is there going to be liquidity? It's not going to be liquidity on day one or day two, I don't believe, in terms of the bridges, if you really want to get out and cash out. So, and even with those bridges, guys, I want to rush to that, because those bridges, and do smash the like button, those bridges may not even work properly. There's a lot of things that are happening here that never really happened before. And even say, like, obviously there were bridges developed already, but how many times you saw a bridge got hacked? It didn't work properly. Funds were exploited from bridge ABC. Guys, be careful here. I'm telling you right now, do whatever the fuck you want to do with your funds, but I can only tell you what the fuck I'm going to do with my funds. And what I'm going to do is, I ain't doing nothing. First week or two, I ain't doing shit all, bro. I am scouring. I got my binoculars. I'm looking. Got my army suit on. I'm fucking camouflage. I'm looking at everybody else get fucking killed. And then I'm like, okay, coast is clear. This is what we're going to do. You know, so you just got to see what's going to work and what's not going to work. And we're talking about bridges, we're talking about certain pools. Yes, like, you know, I forgot to mention in my video that how, yes, I think one of the safest pools will be PulseX forward stroke on Pulsechain, but at the same token, it's going to be a lot of people in that pool. So you know, the as a liquidity provider, it may not be the most gains, but hey, it's still you should still, you know, bet on you would get more than less, especially at the earlier stages, because that's where you see the most profits in these liquidity pools. You know, so. Some people might want to risk, you know, maybe there's going to be a pool, I don't know, like a stable coin to this. Like, you know, you guys talk about liquid loans. Like, how the fuck? Listen, I don't give a shit what you guys say or think, bro. How the fuck are you going to even deal with anything like a liquid loan right now after all of this shit that happened to these stable coins that's been here before them? You know, and I'm not trying to knock the project. I'm being dead honest there. It's like, how the fuck could you trust any new stable coin right now that has no technological fucking background on blockchain or on stable coins? Algorithmic stable coins is dead, bro. Listen, let me save you guys some grief in the future, bro. Beware of any new fucking stable coins. Not only just liquid loans, anything, bro. And I think Richard Hart had a similar sentiment on this. Like, I seen a clip where he was like he didn't say anything good about it, but the indication was kind of bad. You can't trust that shit right now, bro. That shit's dead. I feel sorry for them in the sense of, you know, they came live, they raised all their funds, and the people who are invested are gonna hate. Well, bro, okay, hate on me, but if you get wrecked, or when you get wrecked, I should say in the future, look back at me and fucking thank me later. Because I'm telling you, bro, you're going to find yourself in a bad situation. Stable coins right now you can't trust any one of them, bro. Okay? Especially in the new ones. Take my stupid advice. Okay? So, yeah, there's a lot of question marks in the air right now, ladies and gentlemen. Do smash the like buttons. I appreciate it. There's a lot of question marks right now, okay? So for those who are now joining, I'll just give you guys up to date of what we're speaking about here, and I'll get back to the live chat to ask me anything pertaining to this topic, okay? I believe it will not hurt the project because this is his time and the Pulschain time to shine, as long as it makes some gains. And as long as he goes live with what he was developing behind the scenes, because it will shut up a lot of fudders and haters, for one, to show that how there was a project that was supposed to have all these copies and buy and burn, and was it the side burn and all these things, going into motion here. Number one, okay, it'll shut them up so they can't say it was a scam. Okay, getting our free copies and all this nice stuff. Okay, number two, it does gains. Well, that's how you get the eyes of the market. People don't give a fuck about technology. They give a fuck about making money, right? So yeah, it's not going to hurt the project, this delay, if those two things could come to fruition. Okay, what else do we got here? Damn, I'm sweating like a bitch. Okay, so Kaya 3141, one third project is being built to perfection, which takes time. The maxis will not leave and gives more time for people to learn, which will pump in more when it launches. True say, I agree. I concur. Okay, Cal, again, it's true. Crypto projects, everything was getting delayed before. Might as well stick with it. Yeah, and look, guys, I'll tell you straight up right now. Again, thank you for joining the live stream, guys. We're talking about, will this delay hurt Pulsechain PulseX? You could rewind back. I'll repeat one last time. I said no, it will not hurt it as long as these two things materializes. Number one, it actually goes live, because it's going to shut up a lot of the naysayers and a lot of the haters. Again, when I was the first person on YouTube to defend Hex in 2019, I seen this happen before in a bear market when we had the likes of Sunny Decree and Toneface, who were the top crypto YouTubers at the time. Every so often it changes who's the top guy. Like, I guess some people might argue Coin Bureau is the top guy, or BitBoy, or I don't know, by subs. Back then it was Sunny Decree, it was Toneface. And little me came in and I saw Richard Hart was in a fight, 2-on-1. He was getting kicked in the face and he threw an uppercut and then he got punched, and you know what I mean? It was ongoing, and I came out of nowhere and jump kicked him in the back and defended them when everybody, FUD TV, Naomi Brockwell, all of those people, big tubers, were talking down on it, and I came out and I pretty much, defended it, right? My point is this now, those same people will shut up too. And then it will bring more trust, and people will come in and be interested and look at more videos and okay, it's really here, let's invest. Okay, that's my number one reason there. Number two is, it has to do some gains. With all this game theory that it has and all this pumpamentals, I believe it would. With Richard Hart spearheading it, I believe it would. He could turn the switch on, he could turn the switch off. You know what I'm saying? All right, marketing time, boom, switch on, let's go get it. Right? So I think we're in a good situation if those two things comes to fruition. And this happening in a bear market, this happening when nothing else is going on, All eyes on me, like Tupac. Spotlight is on this, right? So I gotta seize the moment, and I think he's very good at that. You know, he also went on, I think it was Valuetainment, those guys' channel. That's a big channel, bro. So, you know, I think we got some good days ahead of us, but, you know, I could see where some people are coming from. They expect this to be live much sooner than later in terms of where we sit today. Whilst they wouldn't have put in as much money into this thing. But you know what? They might be eating those words when this thing goes live and we see over the, you know, the first few months what happens. And I truly believe, like, if you want to see the best gains from Pulsechain and PulseX, you're going to have to wait 2 years. 2 years is where you're going to have to wait to see the real gains, I believe. And I'm willing to you know, play that game. Do smash the like button. Okay, so, Tony. Richard Hart is very calculated and planning for it to make an impact. He just can't tell us his plan. Yep, that's true. And when it launches, all FOD will disappear. Oh, you mean all FUD? All FUD, right? I believe so too. CN says, true talk. Live from the original headquarters. Yo, what's up, Adam? Adam, you know what I'm talking about, all right? This one's brought to you by Skin in the Game. Yeah, the weather's getting a little bit better over here, man. But this, you have to wear the sweater. I don't trust the weather, man. That guy can't predict shit. Okay. Surprising to see you drink coffee again, bro. Yeah. I'm back on the coffee, man. You know, I'm back on the coffee. It does serve me pretty well. Fire live from the car. Yo, what's up, Don? Thanks for joining. What was Richard lighting the candles thing about? Lighting the candles. I don't know. What is that? I don't know. Don't know what you're talking about. Okay, so Dylan says, for me, I'm waiting 2 years before I make any major trades in Pulse. Just stake and watching it bake and rise from rewards and staking on price appreciation. Yeah, I agree. I would say, like, look, if one was to do anything, again, I'll go back to what I alluded to. I think Pulsechain and PulseX might be your best bet if you want to add liquidity. Why? Because those are two, one coin, one token that you could, you know, have the most you know, trust in. The most secured ones, because it comes from him himself. All these other ones, you don't think around with that because you're going to get wrecked. You don't think around with a bunch of noobs trying to jump on this, trying to take advantage of, you know, the hype of Pulsechain, trying to take the advantage of the community and all this shit. Guys, do you guys understand how much scams there's going to be on this fucking chain, bro? Do you guys understand that? Why? Because they know there's opportunity here. They're riding the hype of Richard Hart. They're tailcoating his name. They want to take advantage of people like you, you know? You know, there's a lot of new people coming into this too. They want to take advantage of you, and they know they can take advantage of that. Oh yeah, there's a new project going on Pulschain, bro. Oh yeah, okay, cool. Those guys, listen, guys, there's going to be, I'm telling you right now, 80% scams on this project. Okay, and don't mistake that by me saying the project is scam. No, since anybody could deploy on it and build on it, it invites all these types of people, and there's going to be a lot of shithead scammers coming here after your fucking money. Okay, mark my words. And you guys will see that, so just be careful of where you put your money outside of those two, you know, that coin and that token, which is PulseX and Pulschain. That's all I could tell you. Yeah, and like what our commenter just said over there, Dylan, I agree too. I think, you know, for me, it's like something where I don't really want to touch much of it. You know, a lot of people would tell me this. They would say, hey, look, bro, if you got 150K invested into this, if it goes 10x, you should take some profits, and they're right. You know, when you come to invest in one-to-one, when you're waiting after so long, you know, I listen, bro, I do a 10x, that's $1.5 million right there if they both just do 10x. You tell me you shouldn't take profits out of 1.5 million? Trendsetter Ventures did that. Trendsetter Ventures is my company. Put it into this. You shouldn't take 10% profits. Any smart person should and would, right? Okay, but I'm willing to kind of like push the limits on it, and we'll see what happens. Again, for somebody who wants to give you a prediction, it's very inaccurate. Like if somebody was to give you a real prediction today on what they think is going to happen when they don't even know when it's going to go live, when a bunch of different elements and circumstances have changed, how could they give you an accurate prediction on something like that? It's all hogwash. It sounds good. It looks good. It's like a pig that has makeup and lipstick on it. Looks good, right? But it's still a fucking pig at the end of the day, right? They just can't give you a sound piece of judgment on that. you know. So to really, like, that's what I told you guys in my video. Well, let's see what happens, and then I'll give you guys a, you know, I'll make a video on it when we actually know. So yeah, I think for the most part, I'm gonna do something similar to Dylan. You know, my window is 2 years. You know, I might mess with the pool, we'll see, but I don't want to say nothing for sure right now, and you guys hold me to it. How long will I hold Pulse on PulseX? I don't hold fucking nothing forever, so I'm not gonna sit and tell you forever. I'm holding it forever. Yeah, fuck that shit. I don't live that life. I'm an opportunist, so I like to take, if you're an opportunist, what does that mean? You take advantage of the moment, and a moment is exactly that. Moments don't last forever, right? That's why they call it a moment, okay? Now, does it have a long-term future? I believe so, but again, we need some serious, listen, for a Pulschain to really be successful, obviously it has to go live, obviously it has to work. Let's just say all those things are out the way and that happens, and Richard Hart does it, which I think he's going to do it. You know, the buy and burn, you know, code works to a T, and all those things that he is designing works. That's number one. The framework, number one, has to be there, which I think is going to be there, okay? If the framework is there, what's really going to make this successful is what, guys? You need projects being built on it. Legitimate projects, not no jokey fucking liquid loans crap that everybody's excited about that's probably going to get fucking wrecked by another stable fucking coin, okay? In the years to come or whatever it is. Okay, not because of that, but they need an ecosystem to thrive. Now, look, are there some people who are honest? Are there some people that has integrity that actually wants to use it? I would say so, but they're far and in between. They're below 1%. A lot of people in this are in it for the money, bro. To jump on this fucking bandwagon, take advantage of you, and that's the fact. Until we see legitimate projects and dApps coming to this ecosystem to build thriving projects that actually make sense, that are here for a long period of time, you know, and people are only looking at like the things that are important, like the admin keys and you know, the functions of all these things, which is very important. But there's other things out there. Is the project making sense as a whole? The security side, yes, of course that's important, but is the actual project in itself useful? Are they building a solution to a problem, right? These are the things that we need to see, right? Why is Ethereum so successful? Because it has the most traffic, it has the most transaction, the most action. That's why. And that's what's truly going to make a blockchain successful. And when we break down what is Pulschain, well, Pulschain, well, it's an investment. Well, it's a blockchain. And for blockchains to actually be successful long term, they need action. They need real dApps on top. They need transactions. And you cannot have transactions without apps, okay? And you need apps, okay? And would that happen? That's yet to, you know, that's remain to be seen. But what I'm betting on right now is Richard Hart is going to pump this fucking shit. That's what I'm betting on. I don't know about you. All right, who else we got here? Okay. Where are we? Sorry. So CN says the delay isn't good luck though. Yeah, I agree. We got to be honest too. Like, look, okay, look, listen, he never said a specific date, but we were led on to believe it was going to be much sooner than where we sit right now today. Sure. So from that standpoint, I agree with you. Yes, it's not a good look. It's not a good look, but all of that could be erased once it goes live and it, you know, it works and people are making money. All of that will be a forgotten memory, right? CN, let's be honest here. Put like this. Let's just say Pulschain goes live and it's working fucking fine. There's not much bugs, which look, I'm not like, if there's bugs, you got to be honest, like that's normal. To be honest, it's not that it's normal, but it's not like it's never been seen. And I would, I could excuse that. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so but they fix it, whatever. Cool. It's a new blockchain. It's first of its kind. Never been done before. There might be some mishaps, and that's fine. I'll give them a pass for sure. For sure. But let's just say it goes live and, you know, it's flawless and this thing does some X's, bro. CN and everybody else watching this in the live chat, or maybe you're watching the replay. Do you really believe we're going to remember that Pulschain was delayed by 2 years or 3 years or whatever if it goes on and on? Of course not. Why? Because we're all laughing to the fucking bank. And when you're laughing to the fucking bank, you know what I mean? It's all worth it. So, yeah, if this thing does its thing, we're not going to remember about this delay. It'll be a forgotten memory. Adam says all publicity is good publicity. I don't know. I don't believe in that shit. Not me. You know? Okay, well, if you got fucking, you know, if you fucking raped a girl and you're on all over the fucking headline news, is that good publicity? I don't fucking think so. Look at that fucking Epstein guy. That was not good publicity at all. Fucking led to his death, as a matter of fact. Whether he killed himself or he got killed in fucking jail. I don't believe in that bullshit. Good. Not all publicity is good publicity. That's bullshit. It's like, you don't want to be popular for all the wrong reasons. Oh, man. We might get overheated over here. Okay, what else we got in the live chat? Okay, I think it will just spread the news. Not too sure what you're talking about there. And add fire to the flame. Nikki, I'm hitting the PulseX pool. Cool. Which one? Are you hitting, I guess, PulseX and Pulse, right? Let me know, Nikki. Okay, MD, is the PulseX pool still set to reward the PRT token? I believe so, no? Was it that one? The reward token, right? Yeah. Was it that one? Yeah, I gotta check back. I think it was. But like, there's not much really, you know, not much about that. Not much mentions to that really. You know, updates rather is what I'm trying to say. Holy shit, bro, I am sweating, guys. Sorry. Not much mentions about that, or updates rather. So we'll see. I mean, like, and to be honest, man, like, listen, guys, this is just me. You guys do what you want to do. I'm not so much interested in, but I like that. You know why? If that's the case and that's the pool for it, I like that because they're not diluting their token. And I love that. And again, it goes back to what I said. Richard Harden knows fundamentals. He knows economics. He knows what it takes to make a coin go up in value. Let's give him that, bro. Give him his fucking respect, okay? And a lot of these like project owners don't fucking know that. Richard Hart does. So again, like, I hate it when you gotta stake a token to get back that same token. Like, look at Uniswap, bro. When that staking happened, bro, that yield farm or whatever it was, and you could have staked too, I believe. It's like the fucking token could never go up in value. So Richard Hart knows what it takes to make a community happy. Well, let's make them some fucking money. Well, how do you do that? Make the economic sound and the game theory and the pumpamentals there. So yeah, if that's the case, that's smart because you don't want to dilute PulseX or, you know, Pulschain. So think about it. If PulseX has this buy and burn feature, right, like 22% of the 0.29% in fees are burnt, and then now people who are yield farming PulseX and Pulsechain, they're getting PulseX, doesn't that offset the whole buy and burn? Right? So that has to be the pool that's getting this this reward token. And back to what I wanted to say, look, I'm not really interested in no reward token. It might have value, sure. I might look fucking stupid later, and I don't care, but I'll tell you now, I don't give a fuck about that reward token. You guys can go for it if you want. It might be worthy, you know, if you wanna change your profile pic into Pulsechain and fucking Hex and all that stuff. If you're into that stuff, go ahead. You want to have a say in, like, oh, you know, what happens, and that's a true you know, DAO, I guess that's for the DAO, like for voting and such. Go ahead. But bro, as I tell you guys, bro, I'm an opportunist. I'm not here for fucking ever. I'm here to make some fucking the most money I think I can make. And, you know, maybe keep a little moon bag here forever and see what happens to it. Check on it every fucking year. But for me, bro, I'm capitalizing on moments and opportunities. And I'm moving the fuck on. You know, I'll give you guys an example, right? And I want to touch up on something. So, yeah, so my video was the first one to talk about Hex and defend Hex in 2019. You guys can go check it. You know, and I got into Hex and it made me some good money. It made me hundreds of thousands of dollars. You know, some people might laugh at me right now when I say this, but I don't give a fuck because your mindset is fucking warped. Now, I left Hex at 100x. No, do I not care about it? Hex did whatever it did, thousands of X after. That's fine. But if you get into this notion of that was 100 times more my portfolio that I never had before, that Hex gave me. Forever grateful for it. People say, oh, bro, you missed out. Oh, you missed out, bro. It did more. Well, if you have the mindset of always trying to chase and chase and chase and chase, like trying to always call a top and always call a bottom, you're always going to be broke because it's impossible to always call a top and always call the bottom. And for someone to laugh at you for leaving at 100x by making hundreds of thousands of dollars, literally is a dumb fuck. Because that's hundreds of thousands of dollars that I never had before, bro. And I don't get into the mindset of chasing the top. That's called gambling, bro. In poker, they literally call chasing is when you have emotions and you're trying to go after it again and again. I don't do that, bro. That's gambling, trading mentality. No, bro. I am happy with what I got. I'm happy with like whatever it was, 450 fucking K, bro. $250,000 that I never had before. Yeah, I'm gonna take that home and I'm gonna move on to some other shit. Sure, it went up, and that's great. That's fine. And that's when you don't have no emotions to it. You don't feel like you were at a loss. You don't feel like you fucked up because you didn't. You made $500,000. Okay, and you know, a lot of people say, oh yeah, bro, well, you know, it's good to see you back in the community or doing these things, and we would have loved to see you there, you know, throughout the process. I'll tell you guys right now, bro, if my head was just stuck in one area, one corner of the crypto market, let's just call it Hex, or let's call it XYB or ABC, whatever, XYZ. Dude, do you know how much money I made during the fucking pre-sale fucking days, bro? If my head wasn't in other areas and I'm only fucking limited to one, I am leaving food on the fucking table, bro. I'm not fucking eating my belly full. You know what I'm saying? And I would not be able to capitalize on that. So, you know, you gotta spread it out. You gotta spread it out. That's just me, bro. That's just what I live by. You know, don't get me wrong, I got a lot of Pulschain and PulseX, and I'll definitely be involved in the community. But, bro, I don't get fucking married to none, bro. As I told you guys, I got one fucking wife. That's a headache alone. I don't need a second marriage with any fucking thing, especially investments. You know, and what is investments? Going in accordance to my last video, an investment is something where, yes, you invest, but most of you guys get married. You guys don't invest, most of you. You guys get married. You put your money to something like, to the moon. All right, cool. Let me sit back and that's it. And it goes up to its top, and you see it, and you get all giddy. And when it comes down, you get all fucking pissed off and broke again. Like, so that's not called investing. That's called getting married. Investing is when you have an outlook for a return on your investment, and that entails two steps: the investment part and the taking the money out part. If you're not taking out the money, you're getting married. So don't get married. I don't get married to fucking none, bro. Okay, you guys should probably take some notes on that. Do smash the like button. Okay, so whatever you do, oh yeah, so what I meant with that whole, sorry, so what I mean is, yeah, what my point is this, with that whole reward token, yeah, if you guys are into that kind of stuff, go for it, then I guess, that's the only way to get it, I believe, and you can go do your votes and do what the fuck you want, and, you know, have a say in things moving forward, and yeah, I mean, I think that's a good way about going, you know, about going about it, in terms of having it decentralized, and yeah, sure, go for it, but, I mean, I'm not into all of that shit. Dev's talking about the incentive token. So-called time ago it will be there, but isn't clear. Yeah, exactly. That's why I'm not too sure about all that shit. Oh, fuck. Okay, what else we got here? Uniswap V3 is now available to fork, yeah. And that reminds me too, right? You guys remember, right? I have to say this because we got a little bit more people here. You guys remember when, you know, the whole delay now kind of conflicted with the notion of beating ETH 2.0, and that never happened, right? So, you know, things change. As an investor, things change, circumstances changes, and you got to reposition yourself. That's all. You know, look, this thing is going to do its thing. It's just a matter of time. But how could you capitalize the most on it? Right? For those who are now joining, we're talking about the delay. Is it going to hurt the project? I beg to differ. No, it's not going to hurt the project, because if I believe this project is actually going to make some gains and it's actually going to materialize and be what he says it was going to be, there are all those features that makes it a little bit different than these other, you know, blockchains, then I think this is the time to shine. You know what? It's hard to shine in a bull run when other projects are doing like X amount of gains. 300x, 500x in like fucking matter of weeks and shit, like Blocktopia did 1000x when it's all said and done, right? People care about gains, and it's hard to, it's much more competitive is what I should say in a bull market, but right now where we're kind of bearish, we're still bearish, it's much easier to shine. So I believe it's actually going to help the project if we could do it, for those who are now joining. Okay, so Liquid Loans is the fork of liquidity on Ethereum. It has zero issues. The LUSD stable, we'll see, bro. We'll see. All I could say, right, that's the selling point, right? And what I would say is, it's a fork of liquidity. That's fine and all, but let's see what happens, bro. What I'm trying to say is this. The longest lasting stable coins has shown us and proven to us that they could be depegged. And once it's depegged, like USDC the other day, you know, USDT had a depeg prior to that. DAI went down, decentralized one. All of these ones could be depegged, which means that there's fucking flaws in them. They cannot be trusted with massive amounts of wealth. If you have fucking $10 million in a stable coin that's depegged to 85 cents, bro, how the heck can you sleep at night, is my point. You know, could it be hacked too? I don't know. These are the, like, I don't like to put large sums of wealth in things where I have to say I don't know, is my point. So that's all, bro. I'm just trying to be a realist over here, you know? All the best to them. I know people got money in it. I'm not trying to shoot them down or anything, bro. But all I'm saying is I cannot trust any fucking stable coin. I don't care how old they are, how new they are. It just, yeah, it's hard to do that right now. Okay, what else we got here? As I put on the air condition, I feel like I'm in freaking Jamaica right now. Everybody, let everyone pump. Now you're talking my language, bro. Let everyone pump our bags, right? And another reason why I got into Pulsechain is why? Because when Richard Hart does this thing, when he does his marketing, when he talks his cute talk, his you know, what do you call it? He's very witty, right? Charismatic talk, and he gets that going, and then people start to FOMO in. Well, yes, they're going to pump our bags. That's the beautiful thing about getting in early, too. When you get into early and you can see value into something before most do, and I love it when there's FUD around things like this, is because now there's less people coming in early, and more of them will come in after when they realize it was not what the noise was making it out to be, in terms of, you know, scam and fraudulent. Then your bags pump even harder, mad hard. So, yeah, I'm all for that. That's the life that I live in this space, and that's where you see the most gains. Black coffee is really good for you. Yeah, unfortunately, I got two cream in this. They're just only black. Sorry, I thought the music was on for a sec. Cool. Richard Hart said he'll light the candles when Hex hits $1. The candles behind. Oh, okay. yeah. So I was gonna say that. Do you mean the candles behind this video? And guys, listen, I'm just joking when I say this. Yeah, don't get all personal, but I always tell my guys this. I remember when I used to watch, like when I was researching Richard Hart in 2019 to see what he was all about, and I was watching his videos. Remember his videos when he was like the nice guy? He had the nice guy with the fucking, I think he had a hat on sometimes, or like at least I thought he did. But he had the long hair. He looked different in the face, and he was talking about self-help. Really cool videos actually. But he reminded me, he looked like a fucking, like one of those vampires from Interview with the Vampire with like Tom Cruise and Brad Pitt. Like one of those vampires right out of that movie. And the fucking house looks like it too with the candles and shit. I just call him the friendly vampire. But yeah. So if you're talking about that, yeah, I mean that's pretty cool. I think he used to have those candles on back in the day, eating his bloody steak. All good. Okay, what do we got here? So you said that's partially true. Liquid loans and fiat are legitimate teams. We'll see. I think, like, you know, what they're doing is, yeah, somebody showed me their YouTube channel. They're talking about, like, it's almost like if they want to be more influencers more than the actual project. I don't know. Like he's talking about like random stuff in the market and shit. I think this was a good opportunity for them to actually still do marketing leading up to whenever this launch happens. But their focus is elsewhere. And I get it. Markets are pretty dead right now. They might think it's wasted marketing. Sure, yeah, I get it. But at the same token, it's like, okay, so I guess you want to be an influencer more than you actually want to be this project owner? I don't know. These are the things that comes to mind, though. Marco, what's up, man? Does anyone know what the max cap of PulseX is? Because if what I read is correct, we have to come up with 10 billion MC to get the investment out. I hope I'm doing the math wrong. I don't know. I really don't know exactly the full amount, but what we do know is the full circling supply will be circulating on day one, which makes it pretty unique. You know, sure, there's going to be a dump, but after that, things will start to repair, and it can only, the supply can only get less and less as time goes along. So that's the type of data that I got out of that. So, yeah, I don't actually mind that. But to tell you the exact supply, I don't know. Yeah, the max supply, yeah, I don't know. Okay. Liquid loans draw. How am I misinforming people? Dude, stable coins right now is a joke. Again, it's not even my opinion, right? If you look at the history of stable coins and what happened to them, you can't fucking trust them. Like, what, am I making this up? USDC was not the peg. DAI was not the, like, I'm not making this up. Now you want to talk about a new stable coin. Look, it's the fork of this, it's the fork of that. I don't give a fork. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a fork, bro. Stable coins is garbage right now. There's holes in the system. That's a fact, okay? I don't give a fuck who you are, some fucking new guy. Oh, I forked it so it's safe. I don't give a fuck about that, bro. That does not mean it's safe, no. You know, and the whole mechanism of the loaning and lending is a fucking outdated fucking protocol. It's like a fucking half-assed excuse to make a project. Oh, we do lending and loaning, and we fork liquidity, so yeah, you can trust us now. Bro, I need to see much more than fucking that. I'm sorry. I'll leave it up to the noobs to fucking be convinced by that piece of information. By those lines right there, if that's what is going to convince you, bro, well, God be with you is what I could say. Okay, God be with you. Okay, bro. I got money invested into Pulschain and PulseX. I would tell you the pros and the fucking cons. Why? Because it's called being realistic. When you're realistic, you can make the best decisions for yourself and your fucking family moving forward. A lot of you community members, hands in the air, helmet on high, yeah. Fucking march to the beat, need to fucking understand that. Okay? All for one and one for all. You guys need to fucking understand that, bro. Seriously. Okay, you want me to be, okay, man, like what I say, I'm going to tell you guys the things that you need to hear and not the things that you want to hear. Why? Because there's a lot of that shit already circulating on YouTube. You want me to transform into that fucking dude? Sorry, I can't. I got to be dead honest with y'all. Okay. So, see, and well, I hope Pulsechain works. Still a big if. Yeah, it is, for sure. It is, and, you know, I think a lot of people could argue, well, hey, these delays that are happening, are they experiencing some issues? Is that part of it? You know, I think the longer the delay goes on, sure, more and more questions arises, and for good reason. Why not? Why not? Right? I mean, remember, like, this whole campaign, a marketing campaign, was beating ETH 2.0. Whatever happened to that? Well, that didn't happen. Okay, what else we got going for us? Okay, well, we're going to do this. We're going to do that. Hooray, hoorah, the crowd goes crazy, but still, we're delayed. So now, speculators, or I should say skeptics, rather, are asking questions. And then even some community members are converting into this whole, okay, well, I wonder if this is happening, right? Are they having problems? Legitimate. Those are legitimate questions to ask, right? But I believe when it's all said and done, all of that will be squashed. Let's see what happens. Again, why do I believe that? I believe that because it's not about the fucking project, guys. It has nothing to do with the buy and burn, guys. I mean, a little bit. But what it really has to do primarily is Richard Hart's ego. That fucking shit is big, bro. That shit needs to be inflated, bro. He can't afford to collect billions of dollars and see this fail, broskies. That's my big bet here. That's what I'm investing in. I don't know about y'all, but that's what I'm investing in. Richard Hart's big ego. He lets you stroke that shit. He lets you flex that shit. And he will not let that fucking fail. Believe you me. Okay? That's what I'm betting on. I don't know about y'all. Coffee's getting cold. And I love Richard Hart. Let's make that clear. Spinning Truth, bro, Ramon says. Okay, delay on Pulsechain is good because the network effect is still there. So now we just have many more investors who are ready. Agree. Thank you so much. I totally agree with that, Khalil. Joe says, yes, sir. I cashed out Hex also. Bought after Richard Hart dumped on... yeah. Bought before Richard Hart dumped on big payday. Then sold again. Just kept 28 million Hex stake between, there you go, 5 to 10 years. Guys, you should just follow TCL. Easy money. Love TCL. I appreciate you, Joe. Thank you. You made me laugh there, bro. Okay, what else we got here? It really changed things for me forever. Grateful to Francis. I appreciate you, man. Thank you. When Pulsechain, sir? When Pulsechain, sir? We got the biggest Pulsechain fanboy in the house. What up? Wise. How you doing, Wise? Hey, man. Listen, man. Nothing's wrong with being a fanboy, first of all. Okay, if that's what you guys want to do, go ahead, do your thing. I'm not trying to attack people. And this is not just limited to one, like Pulsechain or this chain or that chain or whatever chain. It is what it is. If that's what you guys are into, go ahead. Maybe I got 2 kids, I got a wife, and I got fucking priorities outside of here. If I didn't have those things, I have nothing else going for me outside my life, I would be fully invested as a fanboy too. I don't fucking know. Like, one guy was telling me, you know, like that video in 2019 that I made, a few videos, I think it was 4 or 5, you know, I like to see value. Okay, so let me explain this very clearly to the people that are watching me right now. Listen up. Why am I, you know, and when I say this, I don't care if I am or if I'm not, but it was great. It was just good to save the video, right? You know what I'm saying? So it was a good marketing scheme, so to speak, let's call it. So why am I the top G? The top G, right? You guys talk about the Hex OGs. Why am I the top G? I'm the top G because when Richard Hart needed your help the fucking most of you guys were talking about Hex 5 fucking years, for whatever it is, 3 years later. It's easy to do now because you need your help the most when all of the bigger influencers at the time didn't even know who the fuck he was. Nobody knew who the hell he was, calling him a scammer, and I came in and I, you know, made that video out there. That's when you really need your help the most, right? it was so hard to make a video on Hex and to be positive about it and defend it back in 2019 than it is in 2023 when it already mooned, when it already made people so much money, when it's still making people money, and everybody wants to talk about it today, right? And then my videos also turned the Hex OGs, many people talk about, not all obviously, but a good percent of them into OGs. So if my video turned them into OGs, what does that make me? It gotta be a top G. I produce the OGs, so that makes me top G, okay? And some people say, oh, well, yo, bro, to be an OG, you gotta be making videos for years. No, fuck that shit, bro. I got a life outside of crypto, and I gotta see other opportunities inside of crypto. Why? I'm an opportunist. I look for fucking opportunities in this market. It's a big-ass market to make 100x here, 100x there, 250x here, blah, blah, blah. I don't stay in one spot, bro. You gotta treat it like boxing. Stick and fucking move, bro. So, and I got a life. I got a kid that came, another kid that came, my wife to fucking make happy. I got other businesses that I'm building, bro. I don't got time to make videos on this shit every fucking day like most people do. That's called getting married. And I already told you guys, I don't do that shit. I don't get married to projects, okay? So, yeah, my point is, my job was already done and I fucking bowed for the crowd. And my performance fucking left the stage. When will he return? Well, here he is right now, speaking some more fucking truth to y'all. So my point was this: I like to kickstart things and show you guys, look, there's the value. And when I see that everybody is starting to build on its own, I vacate the building and I go on to other fucking ventures to seek the value to those things before everybody sees it. Why? Because it goes back to what I say. When you seek the value to things before others do, and you got bags of it, and you move on, and then other people rushes in, what do? They pump your fucking bags. So why the fuck do I gotta make videos on it when it started to pump already, bro? I'm going on to the next venture. Think of me like a venture capitalist, bro, or an angel investor, rather. Sorry, I would be insulting myself if I said a VC. I'm an angel investor. When I see a startup, I'm going to invest into it. I'm going to, maybe I got to make media around it, right, to show people why it has potential to grow in value. And when I see that traction start to come, do you think I got to build a fucking company for them, bro? No. Or the protocol? No. I move on to the next thing because now it self-sustains itself. And that's what I've been doing. Now, that's some real top G shit, bro. I don't know about y'all, but that's how I fucking play my game. That's how I invest. Can you feel me? Smash the like button if you fucking understand that. It was... Derek! Is this the same Derek? I love Derek. Was it Derek? I think it's Derek. I like Derek. It wasn't USDC's fault, so that... Bro, what do you mean it's not USDC's fault? Bro, they chose that bank to keep their money in. Like, if I was a founder of a project or a director or a CEO, whatever, well, not a CEO, founder, owner, and I made a decision that had a negative impact on my company tremendously in terms of revenue, it's all on me. So it is USDC's fault, Derek. I see what you're trying to say, but it's their fault because they chose those banks, okay? Silicon Valley and even Silvergate, I believe they had some funds in too. You know, so it is what it is. It is what it is. And like this whole notion of this whole DeFi on and off ramp, bro, dog, it's like what I told you guys. This is an alien project. Like, I want to know, please, and humble me, please, because maybe I didn't spend too much time on this, right? And I just want to just still put it out there. To have a DeFi, was it off-ramp? How does that even make sense? And like, again, maybe I'm just too dumb and I didn't spend enough time in that topic there to understand it, and I will, because I would love to see that. Don't get me wrong, I want to see that, but I just don't know how that is possible. Because DeFi is decentralized finance, right? Right? And when you talk about... It's a little sweat there, sorry. And when you talk about decentralized finance, we're talking about software or code that replaces human beings. Okay? So we have identified that, what DeFi is. So when you're talking about off-ramp, that normally entails physical fiat or cash. So how could you turn physical fiat cash into software where you need to actually have a human being interacting when it comes, what I'm trying to say is this: when you're dealing with cash, unfortunately, there must always be a form of centralization whether that's a broker, whether that's a bank that's issuing you the cash, because a software can't just pump out cash to you. There's a guy that goes to an ATM that fills it up. So at the end of the day, that's centralized, right? Whether that's in a store or that's in a bank or whatever it is. So this notion of a DeFi off-ramp for Pulse sounds really cool and exciting, and I hope that could be possible, but I just don't see how that is possible in this day and age. Could somebody help me out, please, with that one? Please. No, I really mean that. Could somebody explain to me in the live chat or in the replay, how is it possible for us to have a DeFi off-ramp with Pulschain? Maybe they make it seem like it's DeFi, but there's no way. Somebody has to refill that ATM or refill that account, or we're talking about physical fiat, bro. There has to have some sort of human intervention in there, unfortunately. Unless I don't know what I'm talking about. I don't know, bro. That's what my brain tells me. Do smash the like button. Pzen, what's your opinion? Conrad has a big Google too. Yeah, I don't know. We'll keep it, discussion in relation to the topic. I'll make a video on that later on, I guess. People were asking me about that. After waiting for Richard to decide to launch a project, then waiting for him to decide on one name for the project. We then waited once for X to launch. Yeah, it's true. It's all good. I put it like this. I think a lot of people forgot about that too, right? Because they made money. They made mad gains. So, but Hex didn't have no delay like this, to this extent. Thank you for holding these discussions. Very helpful. Yeah, guys, look, I might say the F word. He curses. Well, bitch, it's called Francis doing uncensored for a reason. I don't know. I just speak my mind, man. I do curse every now and then. So what? I should tell you guys what I truly feel. Okay. So we say a good stream here. Chicko just started talking about Bitcoin Ordinals. There we go. Once again. When you see value into something before the rest of the crowd does, what happens? They pump your bags so you can buy nice cars. All right, guys, thank you so much for fucking joining. It's been a pleasure. Yeah, do be on the lookout for more content. And I can't. Oh fuck, yo, bro, that's a lot of fucking smoke, dude. Fuck. I don't never do that shit. Yeah. But that's what we're talking about. Bitcoin Ordinals is here to stay, bro. We're making shitloads of content on that. It's going... Listen, man. Bro. You guys are lucky you fucking met my channel. You're on the right channel, the smart channel, mentally and fucking financially. It's not financial advice. All I do is share my thoughts with you guys and what I do with my shit. And I like to document my shit. So because I could always go back to it and say, I told you so. All right, guys? So that being said, I think you're on your own.
Yeah, that's fuckery. She told she's going to Stacy's. Best watch a girl cause she's onto me. Watch a girl cause she's in her. Damn, yes, I'm draining that thing up. Dab. Tell her round up these figures. Yeah, go to hers and do dinners. Save. I'm just here with my niggas. Hit that calf quick and talk business. All my brothers we listen. I don't chat to you cause you're finished. Hey, I was out there with the blonde things for your buff thing, but I just want fuck. Then I went back to the crib G, she's tipsy, trying to give man up. My man comes home at 9:30 and it's 8:30, but I just want bus. And if he comes home and a mad thing, it's a sad thing cause I'm not gonna run away. 3 girls in the 3 door, 3 come with a bang like C4. My niggas look left, right, back when the sun goes no more. I was in the crib with a bad B, I controlled her like P4. The back come fatter than fat, till I come back like I was in the crib with a bad B, I controlled her like P4. The back come fatter than